There's a place on Earth where the ice remembers everything. A frozen library spanning 14 million square kilometers, holding secrets that could rewrite human history. But the vault is opening. The ice is melting, and what's emerging from the darkness is unsettling. A skull where no human should have ever walked. Mountains that exist but have never been seen. Creatures thriving in eternal night, in waters that haven't touched sunlight since before our ancestors stood upright. Scientists thought Antarctica was a dead zone, a blank white page in Earth's story. They were catastrophically wrong. The frozen continent isn't sleeping, it's waking up. And it's bringing evidence of a world we never knew existed. A world that challenges everything we thought we understood about our planet, about life itself, and about who might have been here before us. Welcome to Antarctica, where every answer buried in the ice reveals 10 more questions we're terrified to ask. In 2018, satellite imagery captured something impossible on a remote Antarctic beach. The shape was unmistakable, a human skull, partially buried in the snow, staring up at the sky. The internet erupted. Conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. Ancient civilizations, alien visitors, evidence of a warmer Antarctica populated by forgotten peoples. But here's where it gets interesting, because while that specific skull turned out to be a case of pareidolia, our brain's tendency to see faces in random patterns, the question it raised is absolutely real. Have humans been to Antarctica before we thought they had? The answer might surprise you, because we're now finding evidence that suggests ancient peoples may have known about Antarctica long before its official discovery in 1820. Medieval maps show land masses in positions eerily similar to the frozen continent. The Peary Race Map of 1513 depicts coastlines that seem to match Antarctica's true shape beneath the ice. Coastlines we only confirmed with modern radar. How did they know? Were there expeditions we've lost to history? Or is there another explanation buried under the ice? The skull may have been a trick of light and shadow, but the mystery? That's very real. Deep beneath the East Antarctic ice sheet, scientists made a discovery that redefined what we thought we knew about our planet. Using ice-penetrating radar and satellite data, they found something extraordinary: an entire mountain range. Not just any mountains, peaks taller than the Alps, valleys deeper than the Grand Canyon, all hidden under 2 miles of solid ice. They call them the Gomburtsev Mountains, and they are a geological impossibility. These mountains shouldn't exist. They're located in one of the oldest, most stable parts of Earth's crust, a place where mountains should have eroded away hundreds of millions of years ago. Yet here they stand, preserved like frozen giants, untouched by time. The theories are wild. Some scientists believe these peaks once seeded the entire Antarctic ice sheet, acting as the nucleus for continental glaciation. Others suggest they're remnants of a supercontinent collision from 1 billion years ago, somehow protected from erosion by the very ice that now conceals them. But here's the haunting part. We've mapped their contours, we've measured their heights, but no human has ever seen them. They exist in total darkness, under unimaginable pressure, in a world completely isolated from ours. What else is hidden down there? And more importantly, what happens when the ice finally melts? In 2020, headlines exploded across the globe. NASA detects parallel universe in Antarctica, where time runs backward. The story was irresistible. Scientists using the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, ANITA for short, had detected strange particles erupting from the ice. Particles that seemed to be traveling backward through time, defying every law of physics we understand. The conclusion? A parallel universe born in the same Big Bang as ours, but where everything runs in reverse. The internet lost its mind. Hollywood couldn't have written it better. There's just one problem. It wasn't true. What Anita actually detected were high-energy neutrinos behaving in unexpected ways. Strange? Absolutely. Evidence of parallel universes? Not quite. The particles weren't defying physics. They were revealing gaps in our understanding of particle physics, ice composition, and cosmic radiation. But here's why this matters. The fact that Antarctica is the perfect laboratory for this kind of research. The ice is the purest on Earth. The air is the cleanest. And the cosmic rays hitting the continent are unfiltered by the pollution and electromagnetic noise that clouds our observations everywhere else. Antarctica isn't revealing parallel universes. It's revealing our universe in ways we've never been able to see before. And sometimes the truth is even stranger than fiction. In the Ellsworth Mountains, 3 pyramid-shaped peaks rise from the ice with geometric precision, perfect angles, symmetrical faces, an apex that points to the sky like an arrow. They look manufactured. And the theories? They range from ancient civilizations to extraterrestrial architects. The truth is both simpler and more fascinating. These are pyramidal peaks, natural formations created by a geological process called glacial erosion. When ice moves around a mountain from multiple directions, it carves the rock into sharp, angular shapes. Wind, freeze-thaw cycles, and millions of years of weathering do the rest. Nature is the architect, but dismissing these peaks as just rocks misses the bigger picture. Because what they represent is extraordinary. These mountains are witnesses. They've stood here for hundreds of millions of years, watching continents drift, climates shift, and entire epochs of life come and go. 80 million years ago, Antarctica was green. Forests covered these slopes. Dinosaurs roamed beneath these peaks. The Ellsworth Mountains saw it all, and they're still standing, keeping the memory of a world we can barely imagine. So while they're not built by lost civilizations, they are monuments to time itself. And that might be even more incredible. 400 lakes lie hidden beneath Antarctica's ice, sealed off from the surface world, trapped in total darkness. These subglacial lakes have been isolated for millions, sometimes tens of millions of years. Scientists believed nothing could survive there. No sunlight, no oxygen, crushing pressure, freezing temperatures. They were wrong. When researchers drilled into Lake Vostok, a lake the size of Lake Ontario buried under 2.5 miles of ice, they found life. Microorganisms thriving in conditions that would annihilate everything we know. Bacteria that breathe iron. Organisms that have evolved in complete isolation, creating ecosystems unlike anything on Earth's surface. But it gets stranger. In 2017, scientists exploring the waters beneath the Ross Ice Shelf found something that shouldn't exist: complex life. Amphipods, tiny shrimp-like creatures, swimming in total darkness. 3,000 feet below the ice, 12 miles from the nearest open water. How did they get there? What are they eating? How are they surviving? The answer could rewrite biology, because if life can thrive here, in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, then it can thrive anywhere. On Europa, on Enceladus, in the frozen oceans of distant moons we haven't even imagined yet. Antarctica isn't just teaching us about our past. It's showing us the future. A future where life might be everywhere, hiding in the darkness, waiting to be discovered. Antarctica has always been a mirror, reflecting back our fears, our hopes, our wildest imaginations. For centuries, we saw it as a blank space on the map, a void waiting to be filled with monsters and myths. Now we know better. The monsters are real, but they're microscopic. The mysteries are real, but they're geological. The secrets are real, but they're written in ice, stone, and DNA. Every discovery beneath the ice doesn't just tell us about Antarctica, it tells us about ourselves, about our planet's hidden history, about the resilience of life, about how much we still have to learn. The frozen continent is melting. And as it does, more secrets will surface, more questions will emerge. More impossible things will become possible. The ice is 3 miles thick, but the mysteries beneath it, they're bottomless. What will we find next? Stay curious, keep watching, because Antarctica is just getting started.